Aloha and welcome back to another episode of Alaka'i, the podcast. I'm your host, Eli Hadley. Today I'm joined by four amazing people who are part of Enactus. And I'm not really the smartest person in the room, so I'm going to have the president of the club, of the Enactus Club, tell us a bit about Enactus. So, would you mind?
Yes, Seno, and this is how we say hello in Mongolian. And I'm Sumiya Munkhbaatar, and I'm from Mongolia, and I'm president of Enactus at Brigham Young University of Hawaii. And Enactus, it's an international organization around 33 countries around the world, and it's a social entrepreneurship program that inspire young students to take an action to solve social problem by using business model and business principles.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sumiya. And before we go a bit more into that, so Sumiya, you're from Mongolia, and you're the president of Enactus. Awesome. Could we have everyone else introduce themselves, starting with Anna?
Yes, of course. Howdy everyone. My name is Anameere. I just go by Anna, and I'm from the beautiful island of Kiribati. I'm majoring in biology. I'm a senior, and my role for Enactus is just to being part of a team and to in the Kiribati side where like Enactus have like both project on both countries, Mongolia and Kiribati. So I'm on the Kiribati team actually.
Awesome.
My name is Baller. I'm from Mongolia. I majored in social work and I'm in my last year of school.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was also part of the presentation team for Enactus.
Perfect.
Hola, o qué onda? That's how we say hello or what's up in Guatemala. My name is Nandy, and I'm from Guatemala. It's also known as the heart of the Mayan world, and also, or you can also call it the heart of the eternal spring. It's always spring in my country. And I'm majoring in TESOL education, and I am a junior.
Awesome. And what is your role in Enactus?
I was a presenter at Enactus. So yeah, part of the presentation team and was part of the I was a presenter.
Awesome. We're privileged to have 4 out of the 5 members of the presentation team here with us today.
Yeah, we have Tav is not here, but she's from Kiribati, from the beautiful island of Kiribati.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, sweet. And we'll dive right in. So this is kind of a big moment, right? Kind of a momentous thing because you were the first presenter team that was all female and all international. So how does that feel? And anyone is free to comment on that.
For me, when the presentation team was preparing for the competition, we were still selecting presenters, and it was quite the challenge for us to keep on going without a native speaker. It was always an issue because as an international student, there's always a room for us to learn more just on the language side. So personally, I had a lot of struggle to just enunciate the words, and I didn't know the word enunciate before coming to this competition preparation. But I feel like we did a great job, and we bring the winning after all, a lot of practices, but I do feel very privileged to be part of this amazing ladies in the team.
Absolutely, and congratulations on your win, everyone.
Thank you.
Y'all deserve it.
Yeah, it was really a team effort, and I've been with Enactus for a while, and I have gone through 2 competitions, and our school team has kind of like a strategy to have like at least like one English speaker, so that we can do our best to help the judges and other people understand the project that we're working on. But this year was really special that we had all international presenters, and all of them were female. And as Paula mentioned, we had challenges with presenting in English and secondary language. However, we were able to accomplish our goal because of the teamwork effort.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, for myself, like I think being part of the team for the first time, it's one of the great and memorable experience because I never done this before. And like what they've been shared before, English is not that easy for us as well when it comes to like the language barrier. But I think coming like when we came back with the cup, that's the most like joyful thing that we ever felt. And it's just like a big winning for us, and with just being blessed with that such an opportunity to have.
Yeah, from my point of view, and along with the comments that have been made, it wasn't originally planned that it was just women as presenters. We are supported. I mean, you would see 5 women presenting on the competition at nationals, but next to us, and I won't say behind us because they do work shoulder to shoulder. We have wonderful advisors, teachers, mentors, classmates, peers, and they're all men and women that did a great job. We have a long list of names of people that have helped before us, and we live in moments where there's a lot of this gender equality. So I think it's at the end, it was just 5 of us, but even though we were not native speakers, because of the great mentors we had that training and that coaching that helped us get towards where we needed to be to help move the project forward. And I think that's what motivates you is what the purpose of the ReEarth is, which is to help our homes, our countries, and our friends' families, so that they can have a place, to grow their own food.
Absolutely. And I love what you said too. You know, Enactus seems to be really about giving back, right, Nandy? For all 4 of you, and we can go, whoever wants to start first. What do you hope to use your experience, you know, not just in Enactus, but in the whole, the programs you've been in at BYU, BYU-H in the future?
So, to me, the whole purpose of the competition is moving the project that we have been working on, and we use competition to increase awareness on the campus that we are, so that we can recruit more students on our team to work on the project. And the competition also serves as a deadline for us, so that we have this goal to accomplish certain things by certain deadlines. So I want to continue to take our project and move it forward, because as also Nandy has mentioned, we really care about the people that we want to help and impact their lives. And the project that we are working on is really personal, because we're helping the people from our home countries, Mongolia and Kiribati. And the whole point is that we don't have to wait to do something great until after we graduate. This is an opportunity that we can do something beyond than just taking classes and working and doing academic things, but it really helps students to have some practical experience and really understand their potential and how they can contribute to their communities while they're still a student. So I really want to inspire more students to see those opportunities around them, so that when they go back to their community, they're excited and they have this confidence that they can make a difference.
I love that, Sumiya. And you know, I love what you said there about, like, you don't need to wait until you have a degree to do good, right? Or something along those lines. I think oftentimes in college it's very this self-focused endeavor, right? You're thinking about, okay, I need to get this degree for myself, but ultimately, right, we want to help and give back. That's one of the big goals of BYU-Hawaii, right? To become genuine gold, to be someone who's going to go to Laie, but then take the skills we learn from there and return. But I think I love what you said, like, you can do that now. You don't need that piece of paper with your name on it. You can just use those skills now as best you can. It was awesome. Willow, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I was thinking, I think through this project, I really opened my mind about how my people back in my country live, like what's their situation of living with the climate change, all the issues that causes to the health of the whole population and economic wise as well. So this project really opened my eyes to what's really going on there, and what part can I be in it to help them, help that to be improved. And I saw that opportunity through the project that I was working so with Enactus. So, and along with the question that you asked, what you're taking away from Brigham Young University of Hawaii. And I think it's always hard for us as young students. Well, I'm not the youngest student, so obviously, but we're still on the journey, finding ourselves, finding our part in the world, where we can be very influential to the people. Yeah. So our school mission really sets the tone for us, but it's still also hard to figure out in our own way and find the answer to that. So I would say I'm still in the process of finding it, but this project really helped me to open and see that need in my nation because it was based on Mongolia and Kiribati. So yeah, that's what I should say. Like, it really opening the path for understanding how I can be the genuine gold. Yeah,
I love that. And it reminds me of we go into coming down the road into Laie, and we see the enter to learn, go forth to serve right at the front of the school. And I don't really think about that as much as I should, right? It really is something like, of course we're here to get knowledge, but especially because this is a church school, right? This is an institution of learning, both like temporally and spiritually. And so I love what you said about you're taking something from here, but it's also giving back to the community now. And then you're learning how to love a community the way you ought to love back home in Mongolia. So fantastic.
Yeah, and actually just wanted to add on with that, like, for me personally, like, being part of an Enactus program, like doing a project is like just like the same thing that they have been shared before, but actually it's something that helps me to kind of like realize that we can do, like, instead of like waiting to let our country do something for us, as scholars we need to do something for our country. Like, as young people we can inspire others by doing that. And it's also like there's so much struggle back home. I never knew that. Like, it's just because my parents work and I'm not really experiencing a lot of struggle. But coming to like being part of an Enactus team, I just realized that, yeah, like definitely there's so much struggle back home. And I think this is the highlight time that I can be involved in it and just like trying to practice a lot of theories that I've been learning in school, because I definitely know that learning in school, like, it's not the same with what you're going to do when it comes to working experience. So I think it's really essential for us as like young people to never wait for our country to give us something, but instead we just need to contribute to them and help them out.
For sure. And I like you said too, right? It's about applying what you learn in school. It's not just like, and I mean, I've been guilty of this where like I take a class because I have to, right? Because it's required for my major and my minor. But, it's the classes that I look back on most fondly are the ones where I've actually used that knowledge in real life. Even if I haven't like gone into that field the class was teaching, just like applying the theories like you were saying. And so I think that just shows value in every major, right? Business, psychology, anthropology, any major has different skills that give you different abilities that you can apply in life in ways you probably don't even know now. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Along with with what has already been mentioned, for me, it's all about the BYU-Hawaii's mission statement says that we enter to learn and we go forth to serve. And being part of the Enactus competition, and it's more about doing. You do learn, but it's everything. The learning experience, from my point of view, is more pleasant and it's more meaningful because you are constantly doing and not too much being just an observer. You're actively engaged in being part of the process of understanding everything that goes behind and building a company and making it work and working with people. And what the Enactus program has us with they have this sustainable development goals that the UNICEF has given them. It also opens your eyes to see the world around you. You know, we live in times where there are a lot of barriers and among countries, a lot of immigrants, there are a lot of wars, but working in this team has helped me realize that we all come from different places, different cultures, different languages, but we're unified for the love we have for our people and for our families, mainly, that we want to build together a world where we can protect them and make sure and secure that they will have what's needed, which is a home that's full of love and protected, and where they can have food and access to health and education, which should be a right that shouldn't be in danger for anyone in the world. And that's what I love, what really motivates me and gets to my heart, that you can take this to anywhere, even to small countries that probably nobody knows about them, but they're struggling. It helps you open your eyes and just see everyone as a part of a big family.
Absolutely. And you know, I really like seeing people as a big family. That I feel is the goal of BYU-Hawaii, or like that's at least what attracted me to apply here years and years ago. You know, this idea that, and we see this in the church, in the gospel, right? Or that's the ideal of what it should be, right? Everyone's a family. Everyone is someone we should care about. I love what Nandy said about like it's breaking down those barriers, because there are, you know, the world we live in is fallen. It's broken. It has issues. Those might not go away overnight. Probably will not. But Enactus being this opportunity for y'all to better, you know, see people as your equal, to see how you know, I mean, everyone can have a positive impact if they try.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and it's just really cool to see how Enactus organization allows people from different backgrounds and different cultures and different countries to speak in the same language, which is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So it really allows the different teams to have the same language. They have the same goal. And Enactus competition was so different than any other competition that I have participated, because the other competition that I've been to it's really competing against one person against the other person, or one team against the other team. But Enactus competition and Enactus teams compete like how much good they have done and how much impact they have done. So it's really cool to see like young people like, oh, this is like how much impact that we have done, how much good things that we have done. So it's never against each other, but it's against the problem that world or our families is facing.
Wow, that's really cool. You know, because I feel like a lot of competition in general, right? It is about, you know, who's better than the other, right? Who can beat the other person? But, you know, this Enactus competition is more about, it's this unity, right? It's this idea of helping the world, right? Healing the world a little bit at a time through strong leadership, through you know, new radical ideas, and just through looking at the different resources we have. And I think the biggest resource BYU-Hawaii has is its diversity. You know, just how many people it can bring together under one university banner is fantastic. I do want to ask Sumiya, what were some of those United Nations? You mentioned something about
Sustainable
Yes.
Development Goals. So there's 17 of them, and if I name a couple of them, it's a quality of education, clean water, access to food, no poverty, all those different goals. And our project that we're working on, the ReEarth, is working towards to accomplish 10 of the 17 goals.
That's so cool. That's so cool. What would you say, and anyone can join in on this, what was the hardest part of being in the competition? What were some of the like, stressful things about it?
I think for me, like thinking ahead before like the competition was there, like just to think about what kind of questions, like how do I need to present this well, like how can I be prepared? It's just like having a doubt and fear,
Right.
especially when you're just on the team for the very first time and you never do that before. It's like something that really you need to get out of your comfort zone and trying to be like strong and then just do it, like, whatever happens, just let it go. Like, just do your best, and that's it. That will be the grace piece that you will receive after that.
For me, confidence was something that I really struggled with. I'm really like introvert and shy person, and scared of like talking to people, especially like expressing my opinion and stuff. So in a presenters team, then you literally have to go up on stage in front of many judges and other teams and tell them about what you have done and what you are planning to achieve and answer their questions. It was really scary, but then I remember our mentor told us just like what is like winning mean to you. So I identify what winning meant to me. So for me, it was never like getting the trophy. It was just facing my weaknesses and doing my best and making an improvement in each practices. And as long as I do that, that's the winning for me. And winning looked like at the end of the day, after my last presentation, I would feel like I have done everything that I could. And that was what winning meant to me. And I remember after the final presentation, I felt that I have done everything that I could, and I felt like I did my best presentation and best answers for the Q&A on the final presentation. And I already got that feeling that I won before even the winning team was announced. So
that's awesome. Makes me think, of course, like trophies are great, right? The fact that you won, right? That's awesome. There's the cliche, but I think the cliches can be good sometimes. That the real trophy, the real treasure is the friends we make along the way, or the skills we learn. So it sounds like that was kind of the case with you, Sumiya.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For me, the biggest complicated and stressful thing was I think I really pushed myself to not be the someone who holds back the team, because it was also my first time joining the team for the presentation and in Enactus for the first time after wanting to be in Enactus project for a long time. I really love about entrepreneurship and learning the skill of business, but I happened to become a social worker. So that was a lot of struggle for me to learn all the business words, understand it, and the idea of business model and everything. So like Sumiya mentioned about, we have to get up there and present the business very professional skills, how we look, how we talk, what words we say, and how we answer the questions after we understand what is the question. So it's a lot of stress there, but we mentioned earlier, through all the good mentors and coach during preparation time, and all our team members who also we have support presenters behind us. Everyone has assigned to one another students to help us to improve on every day, block by block, so we can be better and on our best self. So I think through everyone who was in the team cheering each other really helped me to let that stress go and be the best.
That's good.
I can be, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, stress can be I mean, yeah, it can make us just think like all sorts of things that aren't true, right? Or make us think the worst. But just kind of going through it and taking things bit by bit. That's the way that we overcome it. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, for me, I think I do generally sympathize with everything that has been mentioned before. But I think it's learning to master what goes into your mind. Like learning to control, because that has a lot of how you behave and your emotions and everything. But it's enacted. I mean, it's work. It's starting and having a good day is nice. It's fun. It just requires preparation. But as we learn in the church with the principles, is enduring to the end and perseverance, being diligent, because it's a thing that you do every day, and every day you will have different obstacles to overcome. Because you have assignments, you have your family, and you have other extracurricular activities like working with clubs, and so learning to manage all that and being present and making it all work. I think, but yeah, the most important one is learning to control what's in your head. But yeah.
Yeah, that self-mastery, right? Self-control and just like being able to
self-discipline.
Yeah, there's I think all of us can relate to like having voices in our head that tell us that we're worthless, or we're never going to be enough, or we're never going to succeed, right? And big thing is telling those voices just to shut it, tell them to stop and tell them that they're wrong.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, we're almost out of time, but I did want to ask, is there anything that hasn't been asked or discussed about that ought to be discussed about Enactus or mentioned?
The only one thing I want to say is that it doesn't really matter where you're your gender orientation, your age, and in what stage of your life you might feel you are. If it's too late, whoever is listening to this podcast, I will always share this quote because it really it helps me to not be afraid, because fear is everything that it's an emotion that we all face. And I think not everybody, it's not addressed in college that much on how to actually overcome it. And you do it by just doing what you're afraid to do the most. And I mean, we have not just this experience that we had, but people in life that started at an old age and they have accomplished a lot. But Marianne Williamson said at the end that as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give permission those who are around us to do the exact same thing. And that most of the time, what frightens us the most is our light, not our darkness. So we should always cheer and cherish the light that's within us. And everybody has dark parts that we don't probably like, but we should cherish and always let that light shine, because there's a world around us and has been built by people that are not less talented or more or smarter than us. And if we just listen to that within us, to what we were meant to do in life, the place that you were born, everything is a combination of who you are. And if as we listen to those, we can help together solve the world's problem. And as you said, it doesn't happen overnight. It will take a lot of time, but I listened to this in a movie, and I wish I'd remember the name, but this guy, he was living in a moment of segregation, and he used to, with his music, he used it to stop segregation with people. And one day before one of his concerts, he was shot. And everybody thought the concert was going to be canceled, but it wasn't. And when he was in a concert, he was asked, why do you continue doing this music if nobody cares? I mean, we're still living in this world where there's segregation. And he said, well, if there are a lot of people not stopping every day to make this world a worse place to live, why us that wanted to make it a better place to live should take breaks? So I think it's just never stop, because you never know when you're not gonna be able to do anything.
I agree. Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in to Alaka'i, the podcast. This is the Enactus presenter team, minus Tav. Is that the other one? The other member?
Tav.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys know her full name? It would be nice.
Tabare.
Yeah.
Well, definitely make sure to tag her in the post as well, so that she can get her recognition for what she's done. But thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time on the Alaka'i, the podcast. Mahalo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.